you were asking me about the grandchildren?
Yeah, what did you learn from having grandchildren and interacting with them?
Well, they're all different personalities, just like, on your children too. They're delightful to work with. Sometimes their parents are difficult. I don't see them as much as I'd like to, but the ones who live here I do get to see. And they're very different. The ones in North Carolina, one's musical, one's more into sports, and so I like to go up there once a month and see them and whatever their activities are. And the younger ones you can see the younger ones being totally, and the older ones being totally absorbing what their parents are exposing them to. So the ones who are doing a lot of sports, their parents are doing sports or music. And then the younger ones, the mother's ballerinas, so they're doing dance, they're doing ballet and music, what my son teaches them. So they're very, 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 very sweet. They're very fun to be with and very helpful.
Is there anything that you especially want them to learn from you? Some attitude towards life, some ways to act or ways to make decisions?
I pretty much like the way they're being raised. They seem to be caring human beings who are, they do charity work, even the little ones, as best they can. They go along with their parents to do it, and they seem really healthy, well-educated. They love to read. They like to, one little group, the little ones aren't allowed to see movies or have a screen, or they haven't seen TV, so when they come over here they go, oh, a screen. But they're not allowed to watch it, according to their parents. So the little girl has read Harry Potter, since she couldn't see the movie, and then she told me that her other grandmother let her see the Harry Potter movies, so she's happier. I just hope that they also are caring little beings that help other people, which they seem to be doing, and that they're happy in their lives. I know one of my grandchildren won't go to college. He's not that. He's adopted, and he had a lot of problems, learning problems, but he's really doing well, and the parents are really helpful with that. So he likes to cook. So I think he'll be a cook, maybe. Who knows? Whatever he wants to do, he'll do.
So you've taken on children in a major way through your whole adult life, teaching them and encouraging them and supporting them. What has that meant to you?
Well, I always have a connection to all ages. Now, I have children as young as 4 that I'm teaching, up to college students come back from the University of Georgia and take a lesson whenever they're in town. And so I feel like I'm connected to all these ages and their parents, and it's been a wonderful experience. And if I'd been a concert pianist and just absorbed it in myself, I don't think I would have had that life.
What's the strongest connection with the children and their parents? Is it just your caring, or is it your approach to music, or what?
Well, I think when you have a relationship with a student that goes over, several years, it's like you're part of the family, and you take a personal interest. I mean, they come in and tell me about school and what they're doing, and we get invited to all the bar mitzvahs or the, occasions in their lives, and graduation, and when they're in a play, we have to go see the play and everything. So for a long time I didn't have any grandchildren here, so that they're like my grandchildren, I think. And I'm actually teaching now 2 students who are children of children I taught for several years. Yeah, that's real. And actually the grandparents, the parents of the parents I taught, they come to the lessons too, and it's like, oh, we have a reunion. And I do, the way I teach too, I have a party every month, so they come over and they play like a playing party. They play for each other, and then we eat. Or they have a theme, they dress up in red for Valentine's Day or Halloween. They dress up in costumes, so it's like we have a little social hour every month. And that sort of bonds the kids too into music. They have a peer group that's also playing music and plays for each other. They hear the other older children play and they think, oh, I want to learn that song, or I'm going to be learning that song when I'm next year. So it's something that just is in their whole life, part of it.
Well, what?
It's like social life. It's part of my social life.
Yeah, I mean, it takes up a lot of your time.
Except for dancing, I have my socializing a lot with my students or their parents.
Well, how do you like to spend your time? You've got a lot of activities going on.
Yeah, well, we dance once, or sometimes twice, usually twice a week, and then I'm teaching like 6 days a week. Not a lot. I maybe teach 2 students, but some people have to come on Saturdays. And then we're traveling. We do a lot of traveling. Now that my back's better and I can get on a plane. And and Marvin would like to do. I liked it too. I like going out to. I've been, seeing old friends in California who moved away, and students who moved away. I go to see them sometimes, or they come here. So we're doing a lot of that. We see plays. We like to go to theater, do a lot of theater, and we take care of the grandkids. That's fun.
What traits do you value in your friends and family, in other people?
Well, I like humor. I like to laugh. I like to eat. I like to cook for people. And usually once a week I'll have a nephew or Marvin's children will come over every weekend and have dinner with us. And so, kind of socializing with them. I've kind of forgotten the question again.
Well, that's good. And what have you learned in your life that you want to pass on to your children, your grandchildren, your students?
Well, you never know how long life is going to be for you, and it's important that you fill your life with meaningful activities, educating yourself, keeping yourself in good shape, exercising, so that you can do the things you want to do, to have a vision for yourself of what you want your life to be like, to not let life happen to you, but to sort of have a direction and think, oh, well, I can choose what I want to do with my life. I mean, they're lucky. They can do that, if they're lucky enough to be able to do that. If they don't have to, work to survive, well, then that can be meaningful too. And that they share their lives with somebody that they're happy they've chosen. And that they can contribute something to the world, something meaningful, some meaningful activity or work that they do that they feel happy about. I hope that they can feel happy about the work they're doing.
What's your vision of your own life going forward?
Well, I feel like I'm going to keep traveling till I can't, and keep dancing till I can't, because I think that keeps you going. To be physically active really helps. And then when I'm physically active, I can help my students, because you're just not just sitting at a piano. It's it's almost like a sport, is playing piano, and I'm hoping that I can get my other side fixed so I don't have to shake on one side anymore. And that's about, I'd like to be with Marvin. I know that one of us are going to go first, but I think I'll try to survive, or he'll try to survive. I think he'll do well. Yeah.
So what's important to you right now at this moment?
This moment.
Resetting real quick.